Hey guys, it's Kelly here from Kelly & Co, and today I'm going to do an outdoor pot. Now I'm not a fan of outdoor gardening, but if it's in a pot, a container, a raised garden bed, anything like that, I'm all about it. To me, it makes it a hell of a lot easier if it's potted. So I'm doing this wee potted arrangement for my front door. And I've got some really awesome frost hardy plants and flowers, so they will take you through winter, spring and the start of summer, and then they'll die off and then they'll come back again. So to start off with, I was at Odoring's the other day. I was actually looking for a Hebe, so easy to look after, but I came across this. It is called a Pittosporum halo, and it grows in this round shape, so that's its natural shape. I don't need to prune it or anything like that, so that is really awesome. It's frost hardy, easy to take care of, just needs well drained soil and a little bit of fertilizer. I'll add my Yates Thrive Seaweed Tonic in. So this is going to be the centerpiece to my wheat arrangement. Then I've got some flowers. And I'm much more a foliage girl than a flower girl, but I wanted to bring some colour into kind of my outside area. So I got some really pretty polyanthus. So they're frost hardy perennials, so you don't really need to do much to look after them. And they're really pretty. I love the bright, vibrant yellow. When they kind of die off, they're going to keep their really nice green foliage, so it will still look pretty in the pot. You don't have to deadhead it or anything, just pick off the older yellowing leaves and they'll be ready to rebloom next fall. And then I've got Succulent in this really pretty white, it's like pure white colour. Now these are miniature versions, so they aren't going to get much taller than that because I want the halo to be the height in the arrangement. Again, the perennials are really easy to look after. The frost hardy, so they're going to take you right through until the start of summer. So I'm going to start potting up. I've got one of my favourite brands of pots here, Elho. They make, in my opinion, the best pots. They are made out of recyclable materials and they come in really nice, like muted neutral tones. They come in the grow pot style, which is this style, kind of like the classic pot style, and then they come in some really nice kind of modern shapes, more sleek designs. But I got this and the matching saucer. It's got drainage holes, not just one hole, which is really awesome. And I got these from Odoring's in Christchurch, Philpotts Road. They've got heaps on display in all the colours and sizes. So I'll put the saucer aside for a moment. Now all of these plants here need a really good, well draining soil, kind of on the drier side. So I'm going to fill my pot up with my coarse pumice, probably about 5 centimetres or so, so probably up to about here. So we've got a good base. With these plants, you don't need a lot of soil, so you can kind of fill it with mulch, bark, pumice, stones, pebbles, anything like that. So I've just got my coarse pumice that I use all the time. I don't really mind what brand of pumice I use. They're both, I think there's 2 or 3 of them, they're all pretty much the same. So I'm going to fill her up. So it's a good 5 centimetres worth of pumice in there. Cool. So then, my next layer, you don't have to do this, you can just go straight and fill it all the way up with potting mix, but I think this is going to be better for the plants I've chosen. So next I'm going to use some of the Yates Cacti and Succulent mix. It's a really good, well draining soil. So I'm going to fill that up to about here, maybe a little lower, I'll say. So this is the Thrive Cacti and Succulent mix. So that's probably 10 centimeters worth. It's just below this ribbed line here. So that's what it looks like now. When you're pouring your soil, any type of soil into your pots, you either want to be in a really well ventilated area or not leaning over it and breathing it in. It can cause Legionnaire's disease, which is a really nasty illness, and you really don't want to get it. So just be careful when you're handling soil. Then finally, I have my Yates Premium Potting Mix. This is amazing for potted colour, shrubs, anything like that, but I also use it in my veggie garden. I use it as a base, and then I use the Yates veggie potting mix on top of that, because you don't need as much of the vegetable mix, just kind of the top layer or so. So I'm going to fill it up to about here. Oh, the soil is so soft. It's a really beautiful potting mix. So I'm going to make a well in the middle, and I'm going to put my halo in first. So I want the shrub in the middle and then the colourful flowers around it. I'm going to make quite a big well. And you have to give them a good squeeze sometimes to get them out. Oh, she has got some really good roots. That's awesome, nice healthy plant. So I'm just going to loosen those roots up a bit so they can get into the new soil. Not too much, and just really gently. And then I'm going to place her down. So I want the bottom of where the foliage starts to be lined up with the top of the pot. And I will top up the soil once I put the flowers on. So I'm really happy with that. Nice and centered. And now I'm going to add the cyclamen and the polyanthus. So I'm going to alternate the colors. So I'm going to start the front here and dig a wee hole. Grab a polyantha. I'm going to pick off the older, bigger, kind of sad looking leaves, because they've got nice young fresh ones in here, and she's got some little buds blooming as well. So give it a nice squeeze and pull her out. Really good root system on her as well, as you can see there. Just gently loosen up those roots, and she goes. So then I'm going to go in with a cyclamen. Actually, I might do all the yellow first. I'll keep with the polyanthus. So I'll do one here, trying to make it as even as possible, because I'm going to have to look at this every day when I come through the front door, and it will drive me insane if it's not right. I can get a little OCD with things. And I'm just doing the same here, loosening her up. Oh, this is going to look really pretty and bright. And then the last one. Now, when it comes to fertilizer, I don't really need to fertilize this particular pot I'm doing up. There's fertilizer and long release fertilizer in the soil that I've used. And I'm going to use the Yates Seaweed Tonic as well. So you don't want to over fertilize. So I'm not going to add any granules or anything like that, because I just don't think it really needs it. And this last one, loosen up those roots. You just want to be gentle, like just give them a wee open up around the bottom and the side. and I'll put her in there. Cool. Now I'm going to add the cyclamen in. I really love the leaf pattern on here. Here's a really good. It's so pretty. It's almost like a jewel orchid, like that kind of pattern. I pull that out. This looks really pretty. These flowers aren't going to grow much bigger than they are now, so they might just like bloom out a wee bit, come over the side a bit, but this is just going to go up in a circle. So it's going to look really pretty. It's going to stay nice and thin at the bottom, so the flowers won't be shaded too much, but they will be shaded enough so that come summer the sun isn't going to damage the leaves or anything, so they can bloom again next winter. Another one in. These have a really pretty scent as well, which is nice. And the last one. Now with my pots that I have left over, I don't throw them out, I keep them and reuse them. Just make sure you give them a really good wash, so you're not going to contaminate any other plants with any soil that may have like bugs or disease or anything like that in it. Loosen this one and pop this final one in. Yeah, that's looking really pretty. Oh, it's really heavy now. Cool. So now I'm going to go around with my Yates premium potting mix and just fill up any gaps I've got here and make sure the roots are really nicely covered. Don't worry if the flowers get a bit dirty, because you're going to give it a water and that will give them a nice wash. So these can be kept in shade or partial sun. Mine's going to be in kind of my entrance way, so it's shaded most of the time. It's really protected, but it does get a little bit of sunshine, but it's definitely not full or anything like that, so it's going to be pretty safe where it is. I just think these are a really good way to kind of get into gardening as well if it's not your thing. I used to hate gardening, like couldn't stand it, hated it when my parents tried to make me help with the gardening. I could not stand it, and now it's like my happy place. But not if it's like landscaping or anything, that's not really my thing. Indoor plants will always be my love. Cool. I think we are all good there. Now I'm going to pop this up so you can have a look. It's really heavy, so I'm going to do it as best I can. Oh. But this, it's such a pretty bright arrangement, and it really reminds me that summer is coming. And I think it's just a nice way to welcome people into the house. So I'm going to give her a good water outside with the Thrive Natural Seaweed Tonic mixed with water. The ratios are on the back of the pack. Put it on her wee saucer and then put her in the doorway. So if you have any questions at all, as always, leave them in the comments below or hit me up on my social medias, and I'm more than happy to help with anything gardening, indoor plant, anything like that. So thank you so much. See ya.